You know what's interesting? The cleanliness of theory is no match for the messiness of reality. Hmm. Hello and welcome to the Results is Ronnie podcast. I am your host and master coach of exceptional dating, relationships, and sex, Ronnie Walker. Today's episode is brought to you by Balance with Diana J on YouTube and Facebook, as well as datingdiscussions.com. That's datingdiscussions.com. That's Dating Discussions with Ronnie and Yashika. Today, we're going to talk to the men. And men, let me start by saying, I speak to you as a man, and as a man with nothing but love and respect of mankind, manhood, and masculinity. I'm going to share some things that, over the years and has increased quite a bit this year, but something that I see as I speak to more and more men that I want us to get out of the habit or unlearn, as others would say, so that we can have a much more reliable, accountable, and successful 2022. So I'm going to list 10, maybe 11 things, and may in the process of explaining everything, may add a few more things, but I'm not going to belabor the point because as men, we don't need all the words, these long explanations. We just want to get straight to the point. And I think we're going to get something. I think you're going to get something out of this. I know I did in my journey of growth. And I still consider myself someone who is consistently growing and always looking and searching for more knowledge. I never want to get to a point in my life as a man that I know it all. But I do know a few things. So here I am. I believe one of the best things we can do on our journey as men is pass on information that we feel that can benefit others. And so it is my prayer that you take this and see if it adds some value to you or to someone you know. So take this broadcast, this episode, and like, share it, and subscribe. It definitely will help out in the long term for this channel and all the information that I research and provide. So, what is this list for men to stop doing in 2022? Well, you don't have to wait officially until 2022. You can start today, as at the ending of this broadcast. You can stop doing this to put yourself head and shoulders of men, above many men that for whatever reason is not taking advantage of their greatness. So let's start by number one. First and foremost, men, stop denying yourself a good life and love. I get it. There have been challenges. There are things that have showed up in your life that threw you off. There were plans and goals that you made with someone else, and sometimes even with yourself, that didn't work out. But what you don't want to do is take that energy and wallow in it. And that's not healthy for you. And it's not healthy for the people that you spend time around, whether it's on the job, friends and family, or the one you're looking to spend the rest of your life with. It's just not good. So make it a point that as you go into the new year, that you're going to put together a plan to take yourself out of this wallowing mindset. Search out resources that's going to help you in that space to grow and to achieve that. I know you're worthy of that, but don't let a few setbacks keep you from that. Number two, gentlemen, stop believing that therapy is bad. Now, I get it. And you'll hear me say this a lot. I do get it. Because I hear this. I read about this. Offline, online, speaking to those who put a stigma on, and particularly Black men, and seeking therapy. And while the world is opening up in a mindset, because the numbers speak to themselves when it comes to suicide, mass shootings, all of these things that go on, that men are partaking in, we know that there are many men that are not equipped to handle the challenges of everyday life. And so it manifests itself in negative ways in relationships on all forms, and in particular intimate relationships. But a lot of men haven't taken advantage of therapy because they don't want to be listed as crazy or something's broken and it's just a matter of time, or there may be medications that you may be prescribed that you don't want to partake in. But if you really want to be the best you can be, then one of those things is making sure that you stop caring what other people think about you when it comes to your overall mental health. And so go seek the help, the coaching, the therapy. Do what's necessary so that you can be a better man for yourself first and foremost. So if you feel that you need some form of therapy, then to go seek that out. Now, also, you can go to MrRelationshipManCave.com. That's MrRelationshipManCave.com. And you will see that I do, under the menus, have a therapist. Or if you reach out to me at resultswithronnie@gmail.com, that's resultswithronnie@gmail.com, I can direct you to someone. So, use me to provide you the resources to get the work that you need to put in so that you can be a better man for yourself and for those that you include in your life. Let's make sure that we're really, truly taking advantage and stop giving a damn to those who may have an issue with that. And again, this is not something that others have to know, so again, now, if you're looking to connect with someone and spend the rest of that, may be a part in that journey that you're going to share with her. But gentlemen, even before getting to that part, go seek the help that you need. Now, what's next? Gentlemen, stop avoiding visits to the doctor. Make 2022 about looking after your health. If there's one thing that's pretty consistent among the challenges with women and the men that they deal with, is their lack of going to see a doctor, to do annual visits and making sure, or they wait until there's something wrong in the hospital when they find out stuff that could have been prevented. So make sure you're going to make an annual visit to the doctor for checkups, and especially the older you get. And see, what I've also learned over the past couple of years is how some of the illnesses that have usually experienced, that we hear is experienced by older men, are now being experienced by younger men. Something as intense as erectile dysfunction now hitting men in their 30s and 20s because of eating habits, lifestyle habits. This is something that, men and women don't talk about. Or sometimes they use that time to make fun of men in their 50s and older. And we know medicine is such, and even the natural remedies that can have men feeling alive, robust in that department. Things like prostate cancer, diabetes. These are things that we should be able to look into as early as possible. So make going to the doctor something that is a must for you. Has to be. Just like you feel you must see that football game or whatever sports that you're into. You must be a fan of this particular team because you live in this state or because you grew up. That's all fine and good. Have your fun, but take care of your body. Take care of your body and go make sure that you stop avoiding those visits to the doctor. Now, this next one is going to be concerning dating. And this is something I'm hearing more and more women say about and complain about. And something that men, we have to step up and be proactive in. And what is that? Men, stop ghosting women. Now, I do understand there are those times when you feel that you've met someone who's not properly balanced mentally. and you figure that for your safety, you're just going to disappear. But here's the truth. And I've seen this, heard about this, and I've coached men over and over. In many cases, brothers, we're taking a very cowardly approach to this. There's no leading a woman on or making up. So if the connection's not there, then it's not there. Now, mind you, I'm taking this in a space where you're dating with the intentions on having a relationship and then marriage. But somehow, through the conversation of dinner, the first date, maybe the second date, you find out that she's not the one. Then let her know. Don't have women wondering what the hell happened. No, that doesn't say that at times women don't know what happened. They just in denial about it. But stop this, she must read your mind. And let's be a man. Let's be a man. Let's be a mature man and properly communicate. Because here's the thing about it. It's going to come back to you if you believe in karma at all. And then you're the same one worrying and complaining about why aren't these women being in front? If you didn't want this one, and you just say that, well then, gentlemen, lead. If she's not there and she's not the one, in alignment, congruent, then express that. Wish her well in meeting who she's looking for, and you keep it moving. I really believe that's just the right thing to do. Now, will always be some that are going to stick to who or their pattern. Okay. As long as you understand that if there comes a time where a woman does it to you, you just chuck it up as, okay, well, I guess she pulled the me on me. So stop ghosting women. I really, even when I talk to women about doing that, it's just cowardly. And again, this is my opinion. These are my opinions. It's not maturity. It's really, and it's always those that do it that want someone else to be upfront. Why didn't they just say this? Why didn't they just say that? Well, there could be a number of reasons. But we're not talking about women. We're talking about men. Men, stop ghosting women. Be upfront and have an honest, direct conversation with her about it. Okay? Also, men, stop doing the minimum in dating. Now, if you've been listening to me on any of my platforms, you know we have this mindset change and shift into 50-50, and some women are going for it. Okay. If that is where you fall, okay. If she's happy with paying 50% of the date and you're happy with it, okay, then far be it from Ronnie to tell you what to do and how to date. I've just come up in the space where, gentlemen, you're going all out. You've had a great conversation with this woman. This woman has rung some of the bells that you're looking for in a woman. And you figure that, you know what, I'm now going to make the effort. And so, whereas we may have gotten from a place where men bought flowers, then bring flowers on the first date. It doesn't have to be a $5,000 dinner, but maybe more to offer than your just basic theme restaurant. Go to someplace nice. You're doing this for you as well. It's not just for her. Make the effort. It's still cool to open the car door for her. Now, if you're speaking to me, I'm going to say it's a must. If you've built up enough common ground with her, and she allows you to pick her up, then come to the door and don't blow your horn, expecting her to come out. If you now gotten to a space where if you're a cook, don't cook the basic meal, cook something extravagant. And if it doesn't go well, I'm sure that if she's the right woman, she'll give you credit for at least making the effort. Hell, and then you end up doing takeout. But whatever it is that she communicates, then go the extra mile. I can assure you it will pay off in the end, gentlemen. And a lot of these brothers know this. They really do. but they've gotten to this space where the past couple of dates or things where they've gotten away with just doing the minimal. And I'm saying that you need to stop doing the minimal. Do something exceptional. If you want an exceptional woman, an exceptional 22, an exceptional relationship, then do exceptional things. To me, it's common sense, but we all know that common sense really isn't that common anymore. But I'm all for just going above board. Why not? I mean, after all, this is a woman that you want to spend the rest of your life with if you're dating with intention. What's next, Ronnie? Okay, enough of that. I don't know what's next. Okay. Stop denying yourself exceptional sex. Now, again, when I speak of sex, I'm not going to speak of it in a sense whether two people are married or not married. I'm not going to get into all of that. What I am saying is that for those of you that are having sex, gentlemen, each and every time you indulge, participate, make sure it's exceptional. So how would you deny that? Well, learning more about the female anatomy, experimenting, having real, mature, precise conversations with your partner concerning that. See where she's at. You'd be surprised at things that she may have thought that you may not be interested in that you may be. What that is, well, I'm not going to get into the whole nother episode. But something as simple as positions. Most couples are usually down to the three to four positions. Try something new. There are toys now, we all know. And here's the thing, more than 80% of women do have them, gentlemen. You may not see them, but chances are there's an 80% chance that they're there. So we're going to open our minds to the possibility of having that enter your space sexually. Gentlemen, sex is a beautiful thing. I can assure you that. And for those of you gentlemen who've not had the opportunity to have that, well then, stop denying yourself the ability to have that and go seek a doctor or coaching. That's something I provide with, the coaching. If there's some traumas that you have yet to deal with, then see a therapist about that, sex therapist. I get it. Some men have had some very bad experiences growing up. And so having sex, just the thought of it is just not something that turns them on. So make 2022 a year where you're going to say, you know what? I really want to experience this. Gentlemen, stop allowing others to control your story narrative. So if you are someone who was just doing, again, the minimum, and now you've grown in your life, don't allow yourself to be around people who constantly want to remind you where you come from. You already know that. You control your narrative. Yeah, that may have happened 20 years ago, but this is where I'm at now. You know, I'm enjoying life to the fullest. And I need you to remember that. So if you're going to tell my story, here's how I think you should tell it. And they're either going to embrace that or not. It's up to you to decide whether or not you're going to allow them anymore into your space. Also, as men, the narratives, the negative narratives that are out there. If you look at my platforms, you'll also know that I also post a lot of positive images, particularly Black men, to make sure that regardless of what the media at large tries to tell you, there are a lot of incredible brothers out there. The doctors, the lawyers, the fathers, community leaders. There are positive pastors out there that are doing good work in neighborhoods. Coaches, everyday blue collar, white collar, Black men that are out there doing incredible things, having exceptional relationships. They are getting married. They are dating. They are out there. And so we want to make sure, and I want to do my part, that I hold it out there, let these women know that, no, I don't care what anyone else is telling you. Here is the narrative. That is the reality. And there's brothers out there doing exceptional work, exceptional thing in women's lives, family lives, community lives, mentally healthy, or at the very least that they're working on their mental health. So stop believing all that nonsense that you're hearing out there. There are brothers out there putting in the work, and they need the credit for that. And I ask that you share that narrative as well. Stop believing the nonsense of thinking that the brothers aren't there doing anything. We are. We are. Men, stop allowing yourself to date mediocre women. And by that I mean you are a man who have put in the work. You put in the work financially, you put in the work mentally, put in the work spiritually. Stop dating a woman just because she's a woman and you're trying to fill a space. You've now elevated yourself to a space where now you're looking for a different type of woman, and that's okay. So go find that woman, because they are out there. Don't let anybody tell you different. But many of you men are really slowing down your life direction because you're dealing with mediocre women. Now, of course, to hear some women tell it, every single woman is far from being mediocre. Okay. If that's what you believe, that's what you believe. But gentlemen, you know who you are and you know where you've come from. And with that growth and being in new circles means that you are looking for a different type of woman. But you have to stop dating mediocre women. It doesn't serve you in the long run. And what does that require of you? Well, that requires of you to stop being basic. So many of you are reverting back to what you used to be because of the comfort zone, fear of the unknown. And again, this is where I, Ronnie Walker, in Results with Ronnie, will get you out of that mindset. I want to provide you the direction, the tools, or resources that you can elevate yourself, so that as you're going out there in the dating world, you don't come across as being basic. You have to stop that. Stop being basic. Try different foods. Try different places to work out. Hell, try reading if you haven't been reading in a while, or reading a different type of book. I know every Sunday you're used to seeing the game. We'll take one Sunday and not see the games. Use that time to read. Use that time to work on yourself. You can always watch it later, with the technology. You can record all of that and just make sure your homeboys are not telling you the results of the game. Stop being basic. Far too many men are out there just going with the flow. Stop it. Do something different. And I can assure you the type of woman that you will attract will change. Gentlemen, stop. Do not, under any circumstance, let another year pass and you don't have a passport. This world is meant for traveling, and you are meant to travel it. So whatever obstacle you have in your path to prevent you from getting a passport, here is what I'm going to strongly suggest to you. You do whatever you need to do, legally and morally, to clear the path towards a passport. The travel for you And should you meet that incredible woman, or if you're in a relationship with an incredible woman, see the world, a cruise, flight somewhere. Not mind you, there's I'm here in America, and a lot of incredible places in America. But go take her to see some water in another country, see some art, ride the camels, the horseback on the beaches, different beaches, swim with the sharks. Something you can do with a passport. Stop and divorce yourself from whatever story is happening that's keeping you from your passport, and make it a priority, number one priority, that you're going to do what you need to do legally and morally to get your passport. And I don't have the exact number, but I do know, especially in the Black community, you have more Black women have passports than men. So we need to do better in that, gentlemen. We're talking about leading. One of these things in leading is leading a woman to some incredible destinations. So make sure that you're out there and stop telling yourself this sad ass story about why you can't get a passport, and make sure you make it happen. Last but not least, gentlemen, stop believing all women are bad. Many of you are not receiving the benefits of your hard work as a man and meeting the right woman, because subconsciously, a lot of you gentlemen have it that every woman is out there to get something or take something that they don't want to give back, or reciprocate some energy that you're giving. Now, that could be from the way you were brought up. It could be a couple of bad experiences that you have while you're in past relationships. But the goal is to learn the lessons from that situation in the past relationships and use that to strengthen your vetting process moving forward. I've been there. I've ignored some signs that I shouldn't have. There were some questions I didn't ask. I didn't know I should have asked them. And I paid the price. But what I'm not going to do is use this platform as a platform to bash women. Now, that's not to say I'm not going to ask questions or say things that I feel is going to strengthen women and hold them accountable to some stuff, especially when they're out here dogging us out in some spaces. But I don't believe all women are bad. I believe that there's some incredible women out there, and they're doing exceptional things, and they truly are looking for a man with direction, with vision, men that are healthy, men with passports. So whatever you need to do, reach out to me, and let's get rid of that mindset you have, that you're denying you have about women. That's preventing you from meeting the woman, because you're going out there and you're spending date after date after date, nothing's connecting. But somehow what's happening is that in the conversations and the communications that you're having with this woman, she's getting a sense that overall you don't like women. You have some form of contempt. And what you're looking for is for her to prove to you that they're a good woman. And that's the mindset you should have even before you're going out there and dating and spending time around women. So I'm here for them. Well, the goal was not to make this episode too long, but I really just wanted to go with some basics. Well, let me throw this in. Gentlemen, stop being broke. Get your money right. And if that means an extra job, if that means changing the directions of the job that you or business that you're in, stop being broke. Now, we're not talking about the broke that a lot of women are talking about. Oh, he's a broke man because he doesn't spend all this money on this, on me. And we're not talking about that type of what they define as broke. If you're not living the life you want to live financially, then there are solutions for that. And the great thing about today in the world that we live in, there are many ways in which you can improve upon to do that. So don't go another year not living a life financially you want to live. Doesn't mean you have to be a billionaire. If you don't want to, then that's not your goal, then don't go for that. Or multimillionaire. But it does take some money, and find out how much that is for you to live the life you want to live, and put together a plan for that. I have resources I can direct you to people for that as well. Gentlemen, there's so much we are doing. We're doing some incredible things. I put up a post of how many men are in the upper middle class. There are a lot of incredible brothers that are doing great. And sad, unfortunately, there are those who don't want to believe that. But again, that's on them. So you have your assignment that is going to help you first, because you should help you first. And I can assure you, helping you first will put you in a better space physically, mentally, because you're also going to stop avoiding working out and get your body in tip-top shape. Give these women something to look at. Give yourself something to look at. I know you want to look much better naked than you do right now for a lot of you men, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. A lot of you men want to look better when you're having sex. Damn it, nothing wrong with that either. Make sure that when you get out of the bed and she's looking at this, she's like, well, damn. Give her something to look at. Gentlemen, I want each and every one of you listening to this episode to have an incredible 2022. And being that we're in 2021 still, I want you to have an incredible rest of 2021, because you don't have to wait till January 1st. And many are. So connect yourself. Stop avoiding connecting with other men, and connect and grow. Motivate each other. I'm looking to collaborate with some incredible men next year, and I'm going to share some things that I know that has helped them and it's going to help you. And I will grow from it as well, as I'm constantly growing. So gentlemen, I thank you for your time. I thank you for your support. Thank the woman who felt that you could benefit from this episode as well. Thank her, because she thinks enough of you. So take this and share it, like it, subscribe. My name is Ronnie Walker, Master Coach of Exceptional Dating, Relationship, and Sex. And I look forward to speaking to you soon at resultswithronnie.com or Instagram at official Ronnie Walker. And you can also see me, MrRelationshipMan.com on YouTube. Have a good one. Happy 2022.